missed y'all. Did y'all miss me? When God is elevating you, there is a lot of friction. There's a lot, it gets tense. Things get tense. I decided I'm going to live more this year. I'm going to have more fun. Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. I missed y'all. Did y'all miss me? Because I missed y'all. I missed y'all for real. I did not intend to take a YouTube break, but I took a YouTube break for the month of July. But you know what? There is grace, and y'all have given me grace. And not only that, can I just say thank you, because y'all have showed up even during my break. Like, the views on my videos have gone up. The moving to Charlotte chit chat video just hit 1,000 views, and my mind is blown because I'm just out here. I'm out here trying this YouTube thing, out here seeing what sticks. This is my third time around on this YouTube journey, and it's just like something about this time. It feels different. It feels good. I feel more confident and more excited about it. And y'all are showing up for me. So shout out to y'all. I just want to start this video by saying shout out to y'all and thank y'all for showing up for me. And also thank you for your grace while I've been going. And while we're here, go ahead and like this video. Feel free to subscribe if you have not already. Drop a comment as we're chatting about our mid-year check-in today. If you guys have follow-up questions from the Moving to Charlotte video, feel free to drop them in the comments here. If I see enough questions, I may do a separate Q&A video about moving to Charlotte. But today I want to talk with you guys about my mid-year check-in. One of the reasons I was going in July was just taking time to assess the first half of the year and reflect on it, and really just think about what I wanted the second half of the year to look like, what I wanted my goals to look like, what I want my life to look like during the second half of the year. So we're gonna jump into that. I'm not sure about y'all, but July felt like the most amazing month while being dragged, while being grown up, while getting rest and making memories. It really just felt like a full reset. One that I'm really grateful for, and one that also made July feel like a new year. I don't know about y'all. I'm not sure if y'all can relate. I'm not sure what your July looked like, but July was like a transformative month. And it was a transformative month in that I was able to look back and see how in previous years, I was just always fighting some heavy battle. There was always a lot going on that was draining me, all of these things. But I was able to look back and see how much joy I've had this year. It doesn't mean that everything's been perfect. It doesn't mean that everything's been easy, but just how much joy I've had this year, how many joy-filled experiences I've had this year. And honestly, that really just comes from the fact that I decided I'm gonna live more this year. I'm gonna have more fun this year. I'm gonna choose joy this year. Life has still happened. Every experience hasn't been amazing, but I've been committed to enjoying my life more. So that's one of the things that I really reflected on, was just the amount of joy that I've had. But at the same time, when God is elevating you, there is a lot of friction. There's a lot, it gets tense, things get tense. And there's transition, and I definitely experienced transition in different ways throughout the month of July. And even in July, at one point I was fasting and I was believing God for him to show me some of the things that were to come for the rest of the year, for the coming years in my life, just to get really clear on his plan, because that's something that in the last year or two I've become more committed to. Not just making my plan and choosing my goals, but writing down what I'm desiring or the direction I think I'm supposed to be going in, and then putting it before God, right? So in planning for the rest of the year, I really didn't stop to kind of look back at the first half of the year's goals at first. I really just prayed for the goals and the things to focus on for the second half of the year. But even during that time of just prayer and fasting, God showed me more things that were not a part of the rest of the year or the coming year or the coming years than what were. And so I was kind of this is interesting, Jesus, because how is it that I'm praying for your plans and you are stripping things, you're stripping people, you're releasing me from roles, and I'm asking you to show me all the good stuff that's coming. And so I was talking with one of my friends recently, and I said, clear as day, I heard God say, Um, even me showing you what's not for you in the next season is laying a foundation for showing you what is. Like, you have to know what's not for you in order to know what is for you. So the things that he was taking away, the people that he was taking away, the roles that he was taking away, they were really saying like they served their purpose, you served your purpose, and you need space for the things that you actually want me to show you, right? It's like God could say, this role is for you, this person is for you, this place is for you, this is the next thing I have for you. But if there's not enough room for me to receive the new things he wants to do in my life, then what good would that be? So it's definitely given transition and like demolition, renovation, but in the very best way. So that's what I mean when I say like July felt like closing a year and starting a year, or like ending a season and starting a new season. And I don't know, it feels different, but I'm grateful for it. I'm definitely grateful for it. I'm excited about it. I'm not looking down because initially I was like, oh, I'll talk to them about like my goals and how I assess them and the goals I made earlier in the year and the goals I'm making for the second half of the year. But I kind of just wanted to level set with like, this is where I'm at, this is where my head is. In terms of looking at goals, so I do look at my goals and I do have a system for my goals. Typically I write out my goals for the year. This year I had 11. Then I put them in quarterly quadrants, like what quarter am I focusing on what goals. And then if I'm focusing on a goal, let's say for Q1, January, February, March, I break down what action I need to take in order to reach that goal. That's pretty much how that goes. And while I was gonna go over that with y'all, I really don't want to go over that with y'all. As I was praying for the second half of the year, I just was asking God to help me focus on less. So I just drilled my goals down to 5 goals for the remainder of 2023. And I decided that I want to focus on a few things and getting them done really, 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 really well versus putting my attention to a whole lot of different things. But what I will say is a lot of times when I assess my goals, I assess them on, did I meet them? Did I not meet them? Did I change my mind? So if you are someone that's like in that mid-year place of trying to assess what you did in the first half of the year and the second half of the year, or what goals you met or didn't meet, when I was coaching strategy clients, I would say, did we meet this goal? Did we not meet this goal? Did we change our mind? And I know when I looked back at my list from the first half of the year, some of them wasn't, I didn't meet it or did meet it. It was literally, I don't care about this goal no more. I don't care about this thing anymore. And sometimes it's that the goal changed completely. So that's just like a bit on assessing goals if you care about that kind of stuff. But back to our regularly scheduled program. I have 5 goals for the rest of the year. I have one that is career related. I have one that is a project that I'm going to be working on. Some of you know this, some of you don't, but I have written 2 books and I'm going to be working on my 3rd book very soon. The 3rd goal is to put out content consistently. And what that looks like for me, because you have to define consistency for yourself and consistently for yourself, is 1 YouTube video a week and posting on Instagram 2 to 3 times a week. I have 1 financial goal I want to hit and a growth goal in terms of getting another certificate that I want to hit by the end of the year. And I have a bonus goal. Those of y'all that know me know I love to travel. And when it comes to traveling, I have a trip I want to take for my birthday that I want to work towards. So those are the category of my goals. I'm not going to give you all of them because this is still the internet, but we will check it back at the end of the year and see which ones we hit. And at that time, I'll probably be able to tell you more about the ones that I was a little bit vague about. I have some crazy faith goals too. Should I tell y'all? I think I'm gonna tell y'all if they happen. We'll just look back on this day, on this mid-year check-in. I'm actually doing it today, August 1st, and see. We'll look back and see at the end of the year if God met my crazy faith goals, and if he does, I'll tell you about them. And if he doesn't, that doesn't mean that he's not going to reach them. It just may not be by the end of this year. But I challenge y'all to make goals goals that you know you can reach, or stretch goals, but they're like crazy faith goals. Like there's literally nothing I have to do with them. They're things that God would have to make happen, or they're things that wouldn't make sense to happen in a certain time span. God would have to make it happen. So I love a good crazy faith goal. Like me and my friend Liv, we were just talking about that this week, and something that she's believing for, and I'm a supporter. Like God loves faith, and he loves big faith. Sometimes we just gotta give him something big and out of this world for us to kind of just put our faith to and see what he can make happen. So that's where my head is. Those are the category of my goals. And I was trying to think of like, what am I excited for the rest of the year? I'm just excited to keep growing and keep enjoying my life. Like one of the things I have made a priority in my life now at 30 is having more fun. And I'm grateful for my community in this season. People I've met in my church, outside of my church, my friends and family from back home, and just like taking the time to go home and see my family and spend with them, going out and just having time with the girls and getting cute, having solo dates, having do nothing Saturdays, like exploring things that I want to explore. Just like, let's go see, let's go try it, let's go do it, let's put ourselves in a different environment. I am still dating. I don't have much to report in that aspect, but it's a new season. This year has really just given new season through and through, and I think July was just a reset and preparation for the foundation of the next level of the next season of my life. So I don't know what God is up to, but it feels really good. And you might be watching this video and saying like, what have you talked about? Because all this has been really vague. But I said enough to say what I need to say, and hopefully give y'all a bit of an update, and then also be able to come back and report on the things that were vague and tell y'all what those specific wins look like when the time comes. So that's really it. That's my mid-year update. I'm excited to see what happens the next 5 months. I'm excited to be back on YouTube. And if you guys have anything you want to see from me specifically, feel free to drop it in the comments. And then as you guys get ready to go, remember, like, comment, and subscribe to be sure that you're notified next time my video drops, especially because I'm going to be dropping them more consistently. Bye, y'all.